with the Russ Westbrooks. You fall in love with the Steph Currys, and you forget about old reliable, old Chris Paul, the guy who just going to give you, those 10 assists and those 20 points every night quietly and then go home. Here's his chance, man, to rewrite all that and remind you guys that I'm still up there with those dudes. They might be younger than I am, but I'm still up there amongst the upper echelon of NBA point guards. So, but, and here's the huge but. The Nicki Minaj ass in the room is this. You got to close that. You got to close this team out. And obviously, based on last night, it's a lot easier said than done. You know what I mean? Like, this team came out flat last night, maybe understanding that we're going to go home and take care of our business. But you mess around and let these fools take it to a Game 7. And I have the same sentiment towards these Atlanta Hawks down here in Atlanta. You mess around and give a puncher's chance. Because they got a punch, and his name is James Harden as far as the Houston Rockets go. Right? He got off a little bit last night, but he ain't really got off like the regular season got off. And if you think one of those ain't coming, like he ain't got one of those in the chamber, keep playing. Because
the thing about it is, man, I mean, some of the good things we saw out of the Clippers last game, didn't see it last night. I mean, that's just the bottom line. I mean, JJ Redick had a much better game before last. Who else? Jamal Crawford. He had what did he go for? 16 in their last win.
Mm-hmm. He and the kid Rivers, Austin Rivers, had good games.
Yeah, Austin Rivers had to be right. So it was like you saw a fall off from what was that game? Game
4,
5 to game 6? Yeah. Game 4 to 5, yeah, because it was 3-1. Yeah, game 4 to 5, yeah. So you saw a drop off, and I hope they just don't call themselves chilling because they know they're going home. I hope that's the case. You just can't sit there and do that.
That's what it looked like. Because Doc was out there hollering and talking about the effort not being there, and they never. They kind of responded. They got it to like 13 in the third quarter, and then Kevin McHale called a timeout to get his guys back together. And you heard Doc over there hollering, "If we could just get it to 10 before the fourth quarter." It never happened. It never happened. The lead only got extended to the point where the final score was 124-103. They won by 20 plus points again. The previous two games were 25 plus points in favor of the Clippers. Right. So, again, it's very important because as much as I'm talking about this Chris Paul narrative changing, you talking about choke artists being labeled or added to someone's name. You let this Houston team come back. And when I talk about him being a puncher, I also talk about the fact that they believe wholeheartedly in the 3-ball. If no other team does, what I say before the playoffs, like 944, 944 is what they said. Damn near a G worth of threes this year, by far the most in the league. You have that on the court with you, there's always a puncher's chance. Because just like I talked about in that Dallas series, and I don't take credit for it, it was something that I read in Sporting News, they're able to get 2 possessions to your every 3 because they shoot the 3-ball. So when you take 3 twos to get 6 points, they only need 2 shots. Believe that. So play around if you want to and let them get this next one and take it to a Game 7. Yeah, all this stuff that people talking about, how the Clippers learned how to win from beating the Spurs. All right, let's see. Because I couldn't tell last night in the closeout game. So let's see if we get a clue of that tomorrow, then, which would be Thursday. That's that. What else happened in the world of the NBA? You're gonna be sad about this, Rob. The fact that the whole hacker strategy, there's not really a whole lot of support for getting rid of it, and it's what I talked about, right? Because most of the GMs and most of the coaches, their teams can shoot free throws. So if you take a straw poll and ask those dudes, they're like, "Oh, we don't give a damn. We like it," because guess what? Houston, the Clippers. Who else can't shoot no damn threes around here? I mean, free throws around here, Rob. The kid that's covering Tony Allen. Bogut, he can't shoot no damn free throws. Although the rest of the team can. He can't. Yeah, so that's 3 out of 30 teams. All the other 27 are like, yeah, we good. Yeah, we don't see no need to change anything.
I just hate that, man. I mean, like yesterday, DeAndre Jordan went to the line 16. He shot 16 free throws, man. 16.
You gotta write a letter to your congressman, dude. Or to DeAndre. Yeah, write him a letter. Like, dude, and send him a YouTube link with it. Like an instructional YouTube clip of free throw shooting.
No, I'm just going to be a video from me saying, GB sake, homie. It's free.
Yeah, shoot him an Instagram video, IG video.
What is wrong with you, man?
You gotta do that. You gotta send one to Dwight. You gotta send one to Josh. You gotta send one to whatever that other dude is who I refuse to learn his name because he can't shoot free throws. Whatever that other dude name on Houston's team. By the way, yeah, Houston got 3 of these people. The Clippers only got 1. So, yeah. You know, I ain't gonna let you sit here and just bang on my dude because you know that's my dude. DeAndre's my guy, so you can't just bang on him because they got at least 3 of those dudes on the other side, in the red jerseys.
I'm just saying that I just don't like this strategy, man. Before DeAndre even gets on court, you just go ahead and foul him. He on the defensive side of the ball.
You know,
what part of the
I tell you what I want to see. I want to see DeAndre like be jugging dudes in the backcourt, like playing keep away, just running away from cats. That'd be like totally off. They trying to foul him. He like putting shape moves on him like Barry Sanders, his big 7 foot, 385-pound butt.
I mean, like I say, dog, I mean, I get it. I mean, because at the end of the day, you got to hit the free throws. I mean, and that's what I was saying yesterday. We talked about it. You know, if it's a part of the game. And it's legit, then I'm with it. But from a game standpoint, man, it drags the games out because it's stopping the clock, you know, because now you getting in desperation mode, so you like fouling. So it's third quarter with 10 minutes left in the third quarter, you already in the bone.
And it makes it worse that they're the West Coast games, too. Like, it's already 12:30. Like, I just want to go to bed. Stop fouling, please, so I can go to sleep. And they don't do it. They just continue to foul. The games end up being 17 hours long. The sun's coming up.
Because you know they already go foul the last 40 seconds of the game anyway, depending on the score.
Yeah, man.
So you are those built-in fouls.
Yeah, but, you know, hopefully, you know, they supposedly had a gentleman's agreement, too, before the series started. And I was the one that was like, yeah, F that. Win ball games. Whatever you got to do, win them. And, well, that's kind of happened. I wanted to say, this kid in the world of the NCAA, moving on here, Everett Golston. He visited your favorite team today. He visited Mark Richt and the boys today. Down there in Athens, in Georgia. He's making his rounds to go down there. They've got a kid down there, a redshirt freshman. He has like a Muslim name. And I was reading during the spring practice, you know, I was trying to just keep up with what was going on. We never talked about it, but he ended up being the best guy they had in spring practice. He's the one that, without any experience, I guess the other kid played last year when Hudson Mason got hurt. But this guy, this other kid with the well, not gonna say a funny name, but it sounds like a Muslim type name, African name. Was supposedly the best performer coming out of spring practice, but again, you got a bunch of young kids. If you can get a guy with experience like Everett Golston and he can hold on to the football and not give it to the other team as much as he did last year, he's a good quarterback. You know, he's a guy who can play the position. Just gotta, you know, cut down on the turnovers and the fact that he lost his position to one of those 5-star blue chip kids that Notre Dame brought in. You know, now he's, you know, moving on. I went to Florida State yesterday. Today, UGA. I guess he's supposed to be taking a trip to Bama as well, maybe tomorrow. And just the funny thing is, Steve Spurrier said he didn't really have any interest in the kid. He's from South Carolina. And Spurrier, unless Spurrier's playing like those Jedi mind tricks, you know, those Spurrier mind tricks.
Is it possible?
Yeah, that's what's happening. He's publicly said that he's not really pursuing this kid. So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. He
was like, I wasn't pursuing him; he was pursuing us.
Yeah, and the whole thing about Mark Richt, and they're talking about him and Jimbo. Everyone's talking about no guarantee, there's no guarantee that you'll start when you come here. Sure, that's not what he wants to hear. In his final year of eligibility and trying to make a run at the NFL. But hopefully, he's getting some sort of hint behind the scenes that he would be the front runner before he signs on any team, because it would be a huge mistake to sign on to a team. The kid Jacob Coker, is that his name? His name Jacob. His name is Coker, but I don't know if his first name is Jacob. The kid in Alabama last year who made that made that gamble, but he had 2 years of eligibility, so he will necessarily he'll probably be the starter this year. Unless this kid goes down there and then ends up taking his gig and is like, God, I should have stayed at Florida State, because had he stayed, guess what he'd be doing this year? But that's his life, I guess, right? Do I have time to get into this Tim Tebow thing? Yeah, I got like 4 minutes. Apparently, the state of Alabama is passing a Tim Tebow Act. You say, Mike, what's the Tim Tebow Act? Glad you asked.
You must be circumcised.
Well, that goes without saying.
In the Philippines.
I don't know about that part.
Tebow.
Yeah, but, get rid of that foreskin. Anyway. All right, 3, 2, 1. I'm back. So anyway, what this Tim Tebow Act is all about is, if you didn't know, Tim Tebow is a homeschool weirdo, and he was actually allowed to play at his local high school, play ball at his local high school, even though he didn't attend the school. He was homeschool, as I just mentioned, homeschool weirdo. And this is what is now happening at the state of Alabama, the state where, just subsequently, the federal government said you have to let gay people get married in your state, and the governor of the state was like, hell no, to the feds in this state. But let's do the more important thing. Instead of giving people their human rights, let's let these homeschool weirdos go to not go to the school but play ball. Here's where that's dangerous. See, it works if you're Tim Tebow and you're awesome at football, right? It works then. But then what happens if it's like just Johnny Smith and he's terrible at ball? You know what I mean? But his mom apparently believes that he should play because that's why she's letting him do it. But he's bad. Yeah. Here's the thing. If you're good, none of the other players on the team are going to care if you go to the school because you're helping us win games. We don't care. But if you're bad, yeah, then we got a problem. Yeah, he don't even go to the damn school. How you let him play in front of me? Yeah, that's bound to happen. Yeah, I think it's a terrible idea, personally. Like, you want to homeschool? Like, here's the thing. Like, no one wants to ever give up anything. Like, everybody wants everything. You got a right to homeschool your damn kid, right? If your kid go to the school of Rob Calloway, fine. But now you forfeited the ability or the opportunity to play organized sports at a school that other kids actually attend. You can't have everything. If you feel like the education you giving your kid is better from coming from you at home, my man, by all means, knock yourself out. But you can't, everybody shouldn't be able to have everything. Based on your choices, because we all make choices. At a certain point in time in life, we give up certain other things. You know what I mean? Like, if you take a job, Rob, for example, my homeboy, he works in Saskatchewan, Canada. You know what he's not getting? Warm summers. Well, yeah, he is now because he also lives in Arizona. But before then, when he was just living there, yeah, based on his job and the opportunity that his job affords him to coach football, which is what he wants to do, he had to give up something else. Yeah, if you look, to make it a more simple analogy, if you married, you already know where I'm going with that. No outside. If you really married. If you're in one of those kind of crazy marriages, like you cheat on your old lady all the time, but whatever, cool. Oh, speaking of, before we get out of here, we got like 20 seconds. Yeah, it's been rumored that Tiger Woods and Lindsey Vonn broke up because he cheated. Tiger's back. Not the way we all thought he would be, but he's back.
He's back.
This is the Sports Kings podcast, getting you over this hump day. We'll be back tomorrow, everybody. I'm Big Mike. He's Rob Calloway. This is Spreaker.com. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Sports Kings Live, and on the email, sportskingslive@gmail.com.